Hey everybody, thank you for watching our channel. Joseph Armendariz made this great video titled Derek Carr Censored for Revealing the Truth, asking the question, was his presser cut off prematurely? So in an effort to determine the answer to that question, well, here's the press conference. And note, we start at the 7-minute and 13-second mark, and I note for those not familiar with copyright law, this is a use of fair use law and the Stanford Four Factors test. But before I get off into legal techniques, let me come back to earth and play for you what Derek Carr said at the 7-minute and 13-second mark in yesterday's post-Jaguars game interview, where the Raiders blew a 17-point lead for the third time this season.
I think there's a lot I want to say, but if I'm honest, I don't need to say it here, and there's things that will be said. There are things that need to be addressed and all those things. But I think as a whole, the urgency part of it, that after 30 minutes of football, we have to learn that the game is not over. I feel like I've, been in this situation a lot where, new coaches or this or that, and you have to teach the new guys, like, this is how we do it, and this is the mentality, and this is, and that gets tiring. But at the same time, it's my job. So, there's some of that. So I'll say that right now for those things. But there's things, in-house that we'll talk about, and man to man and all that kind of stuff that could be addressed.
Those things you thought were addressed this past week, or just think those things were kind of water under the bridge?
I'm not gonna lie, I thought they were. Felt confident. We had a really good week. But like we always say, like, having a really good week doesn't give you a win on Sunday.
And then he stopped. He was cut off. What he said for the rest of the press conference was cut off. And so Joseph's video, where he stated the following, is absolutely correct. Listen.
Welcome back, Raider Nation. It's Joseph here for Zenny62. So here's something interesting with regards to the presser that Derek Carr had right after the game. So as he's speaking, he's going through the typical answering the same questions, how they're trying really hard, blah, blah, blah. But the most interesting part was towards the end of the presser, there was a question asked of him with regards to the demeanor and what he thinks moving forward and so forth and so on, and how or who's responsible for what's going on, so to speak. And somebody cut off the press conference. You got to remember, for us watching it, there's a delay. So whatever he said was cut off. And
he's right. And I think that the person who was doing the editing kind of got triggered when Derek said, well, I think. And when he said, I think, he immediately went off script because he was sharing his actual views about what was going on behind the scenes in the Raiders' administrative offices and the locker room and the training room. And at that point, they said, okay, we don't want people to hear all the rest of what he had to say. The question is, what did he have to say beyond that? The search goes on. The search commences, I should say. Find that clip. Nice work, Joseph. Subscribe to Zenny62 and bookmark OaklandNewsNowBlog.com.